Flex Network is back in action, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Flex Mike. And on the other side of the glass, I have my guy, let's see, Cowboys Homer, my Cowboys Truther. On the other side, at Cowboy Cam 11 on Twitter. Cam, what's up, dude?
Oh man, what's going on? It's good to be here once again, especially after a Cowboys win.
Of course, the Cowboys win. But yeah, we're going to get into all of that. We are here. And what's up, Kevin? Kevin says Flex Network, baby. And you know that's right, Kevin. What's up, dude? Thanks for joining us. Of course, we're going to get into some NFL, some recaps, some looking ahead to week 8. Cam, you had a good week for your Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
My Seahawks, on the other hand, I will not say it's a bad week because if we do take an L, it's okay to lose to an AFC team because it literally means nothing in the outside of a win-loss situation. It means nothing in the grand scheme of things as far as NFC playoff pitchers go. And so I'm okay with that. But let's do a little housekeeping real quick. I got a couple things here I just want to say. We are – let me get my little thing here. Here we are. Okay, Twitter. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we can be found right here at the Flex Network 1. You can follow us on Twitter, and we will follow you back. We will if you have any questions as far as who we think is going to win games, if you have questions about your fantasy football lineups, who should start at receiver, who should start at running back, who should you put in your flex position, who should I start, who should I sit, how should I feel about this guy or that guy? We have it all handled. We're on top of it. We're all over it. You can join us Sunday mornings. Sunday mornings we do a Flex Network partnering with Roster Watch. And you can follow Roster Watch on Twitter. They are at Roster Watch on Twitter. You can find everything that you want from them. If you're looking for any type of like rankings, matchup tools, any of that type of stuff, you can go ahead and go to Roster Watch's website. You can become a pro member at rosterwatch.com. I have it right here for our viewers. Rosterwatch.com, become a pro member. You could get access to all of those things. You can get access to who has good matchups as far as quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, all of it. They got all the stats you need to help you get into your get your best possible lineup. So as far as all of that goes, rosterwatch.com, become a pro member there and do all of that. So as for us, myself and Cam, we are going to be talking about week 7 and moving into week 8, giving our predictions. And I wanted to talk a little bit about standings. I didn't want to say anything about standings earlier in the season because it's just too early. Teams are still kind of trying to figure it out. But now we're in a situation where the standings are important. You have, you're after this week, the season's halfway over, which is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Good thing because we're getting closer to the playoffs. Bad thing because that means we're that much closer to having no football, which is awful. Man. So we're in on this thing now and we're going. So what do you say? We'll go through a little bit, but I just wanted to run through some standings real quick, just so we kind of know. And don't worry, Cam, we're gonna get into your Dallas Cowboys because I know I know you're chomping at the bit here, and you're just ready to jump on here and see what's going on.
Man, my
So
leg's shaking right now, man.
yeah, you can't even focus. You're just ready. You're ready to tear the Eagles fans up because apparently they've been. I know they were acting wild.
Oh
So
yeah.
So let's just go through the divisions real quick. Let's start in the AFC. AFC East, obviously, there's no surprises there. The Patriots are leading division. They're undefeated. They're 7-0. They're absolutely destroying all of their opponents. Their point differential is plus 175, which is just lights out like more than any other like team in the league.
It's
As far as it goes right now, they look like they're getting ready to repeat as Super Bowl champions until someone comes along and can beat them. Let's see, AFC North. You have the Baltimore Ravens. They're sitting at 5-2, and they're top of their division. Cincinnati's bad. They're 0-7. Pittsburgh's bad. They're 2-4, and they're actually tied with the underwhelming
Cleveland Browns.
underperforming Cleveland Browns. So so there's that. And then we go to the AFC South with you have the Indianapolis Colts, who are 4-2. They just played the Houston Texans this last week and they beat them. And so that puts the Texans at 4-3. The Colts already had a bye. So they've played 6 games in comparison to Houston's 7 games. So naturally, their win percentage would be higher. It's at a .667, which would make them higher. Let's see. We got a couple comments here. Let's see what people are talking about. Joseph, NFC has no competition with Cowboys. Of course, we should be a wild card after this. Well, we're going to get into that here in a second, Joseph. Just hang tight. I just want to run through these standings real quick. AFC West, Kansas City Chiefs on top at 5-2. Not. It's their division.
They'll hold on to that.
Yeah, it's their divisional lose. The next best team is the Raiders at 3-3. It doesn't look like anything's going on. So then next we go hop over the NFC. The NFC has the Cowboys at 4-3 on top after their win over the Eagles on Sunday Night Football, who are 3-4. The Eagles look just horrendous against the Cowboys. They just look pathetic. Like I didn't mind the Cowboys winning, but I did mind the Eagles not even like
they folded.
They just didn't look like for as much as they talked, they didn't look like they were trying to do anything. Carson Wentz looks awful. Dak continues to outplay Carson Wentz. But yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Then we move over to the NFC North, which has the Packers at 6-1 sitting atop of there. Aaron Rodgers had a monster day.
My Lord.
Yeah, he's just there. The Packers look great. Minnesota looks pretty good too. They're sitting at 5-2. They're right behind them. So Packers need to keep doing what they're doing to make sure that they stay atop that division. And then you have the NFC South, which is pretty interesting because you have New Orleans Saints at 6-1. They're just good, dude. Just flat out. I shared this post on Facebook the other day. New Orleans they are everything that a championship team should look like right now. Yeah, they have a loss, whatever, who cares? But it was their one loss was in the game where Drew Brees got hurt. So Teddy Bridgewater had to come in unexpectedly and try and put something together, and they didn't win that game, and it is what it is. But now you look at it and you're like, wow, they haven't lost since Teddy Bridgewater took over. He's 5-0 as a starter for the Saints right now, so he just looks great. The Panthers are kind of surprising some people. They're at 4-2. Cam Newton's out. They have Kyle Allen in there, and he's just throwing that thing all over the yard right now. So they're on a 4-game win streak. What does that tell you? That tells you that they're doing pretty good. So so they're doing well. The Falcons, who a lot of people thought were going to compete and like possibly be in the NFC Super Bowl picture, not a chance. No. They're 1-6 right now. They're awful. Then you have the NFC West, the 49ers 6-0 had their bye week.
That is the best division in football right now.
I don't know about all that, but we'll see. You might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the best division in the NFC. The
Yeah.
NFC North is competitive. You got the Packers, the Vikings, and the Bears all somewhat close to each other. But
Until the Bears fix their offense, I can't take that division serious.
yeah, Trubisky is horrendous. Whoever else they have at quarterback is horrendous. Defense is legit. Yeah,
Yeah.
but whatever. So you got the 49ers sitting at 6-0. You got the Seahawks at 5-2, the Rams at 4-3, and the Cardinals at 3-3. If I'm a Cardinals fan right now, I'm feeling good.
It's
My
your
team's
speak.
3-3.
Yeah.
I already have 75% of the wins that I had all season last year. So
hmm
I'm pretty sure the Cardinals had 4 wins for the whole season last year. So, you got a rookie head coach, you got a rookie franchise quarterback, and you don't
They're
really have
doing
a
it.
lot. You don't really have a lot of depth. So,
No.
you got to feel good about that. But just to give that update on the standings, the situation. But now, okay, let's answer a couple questions. Let's go back to Joseph's question real quick. NFC has no competition with Cowboys, of course. We should be a wild card after this.
I'm
Okay.
assuming it means the NFC East.
Yeah, so NFC East. So NFC East really has no competition. The Redskins sometimes look good, but then when they play anyone who matters, they look horrendous. They look
Yeah.
awful. I'm pretty sure they played the Dolphins this last week, and no, the Bills played the Dolphins. They played them the week before.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the Redskins are on that level of just they're just playing ugly football, dude. Just flat out, just ugly
Terrible.
football. So, and then, my buddy Chase here, he says, without Breeze, Teddy is crushing it. And he's absolutely right.
Yep.
He's not throwing 300, 400 yards a game, but he's doing whatever he has to do to win. A lot of people thought the Saints weren't going to win this week because Kamara was out, but you know what? They played well.
He showed out. He carried that team. And it just shows how good of a coach Sean Payton is. That coaching staff is just magnificent, man. It's a work of art.
They're incredible. And then we have our next comment here, Brandon Marshall.
Yo, Coach B.
I was about to say, you friends with former All-Pro wide receiver Brandon Marshall or what?
No, that's not that Brandon Marshall.
Oh, okay.
You got the knees for that.
I was about to say, I need to hook up. What's up, dude? Need to get this guy on the podcast for real. Yes. Hold on. Let's go back to his comment in a second. But my buddy Chase Hover says, I hate the Saints. He's a Cowboys fan.
We all hate the Saints, but you have to put respect, give respect when it's due.
Right. Okay. So Brandon Marshall here says, what about the 49ers? Are they for real? And this is what I'll say. And this is difficult for me because I'm a Seahawks fan. You know that. The 49ers are 100% elite and absolutely for real on one side of the ball.
Yes.
That defense is nasty, and a defense that could play in a game like they played in last week that was just swamped. There was rain all over the place. I mean, you saw Nick Bosa sliding in the rain and just like all the water popping up. Like, dude, that defense is for real. And when you have a good defense, your team can travel, and that's a big deal. The offense, on the other hand, no. Absolutely not. The running backs are nice. Jimmy Garoppolo is, as far as what I'm seeing, does not look good. I mean, they paid some pretty good coin to get that to sign him. If it's me, I'm doing a lot of complaining from like a front office perspective. Like, dude, for the amount of money we gave you, you owe us. Like, you have to play a lot better. He's just not playing very well right now.
Yeah.
And that's all it comes down to. But we've seen it for years. I mean, a really good Chicago Bears defense took Rex Grossman to the Super Bowl. So that's all you really need to know about.
I literally almost forgot about that.
Yeah. I mean, you still lost to Peyton Manning and the Colts, but you were there. You were in there. So, okay. So our next question here is from Joseph. He says, "It's funny, so many backup quarterbacks are stepping up. Which makes you question if there might be better individual secondaries than an overall starter." Well, I will say there is a lot of backup quarterbacks stepping up. But that's the importance of having a backup quarterback that is reliable.
Yep.
We mentioned this in previous podcasts. Teddy Bridgewater is the highest paid backup in the NFL. He had an opportunity to go to other teams for more money, but he chose to take still a pretty significant amount of money to be a backup.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanted to be there in New Orleans for whatever reason. And so, that's where he is, and it's all good. So that's where we end with the comments for now. Okay, we got one more actually.
Okay. All right, one more.
Yeah,
I like this one.
He says, "Who wins the NFC West division?" This is difficult to say. So I will curb my homerism for a second. The 49ers and the Seahawks. It's going to be between those two teams.
Yep.
I do not think that the Rams, I mean, anytime a quarterback who gets paid the amount of money that Jared Goff gets paid and comes out in a game and throws for 78 yards, I'm sorry. I just do not trust you. You are not going to get away with that. That is not good. And so here's the situation. The Rams aren't in the picture as much as they wish that they were in the picture. Yep. The 49ers defense is for real. Our offense can score. Our defense is pretty good. We're not getting the sacks that we want right now. We're getting pressure from time to time, but we're just not getting, like, as far as like an actual sack goes, we're not getting the sack. And so that's a little bit annoying. But the trade deadline's coming up, and we'll see what happens. The 49ers have tried to bolster their offense a little bit more. They traded for Emmanuel Sanders this week.
Yep.
From the Denver Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders is really good.
Really good.
So they needed that. Jimmy Garoppolo. This guy. Hold on. I got to get to that comment in a second. But yeah, the 49ers are the front runners right now, but the 49ers are kind of in the same boat as the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys had a pretty easy first half of the schedule, and the second half of the schedule is going to be a lot more difficult.
Brutal.
Yeah, and so Dallas has to play. Dallas has to play Buffalo. They still have to play New England, and there's some teams out there that they have to play. They have to play the Eagles again. Not that they were much competition when you played last, but you never know. Division games are tough no matter what division you're in. Those are the teams that typically know you better than any other team. We'll see. But if you were to ask me, of course I'm going to take the Seahawks, just because I feel like the 49ers have a tough second half of their schedule. They play the Cardinals, then they play us, and then they play the Cardinals again. And then they still have to play Green Bay. So, I mean, you could say what you want about the Cardinals, but the fact of the matter is they're sitting at 3-3 right now.
They are really, they're becoming a solid team. So you can say that. In basically a divisional game, you never know how it's going to go.
Right. The Cardinals are just young right now, and I think that's all it comes down to. Seattle is a team that on any given day can beat anybody or lose to anybody.
Yeah.
Every game that we have played this year, outside of the game we just lost, we have been within at least within one score of them.
Yep.
And so it is what it is, and it's kind of frustrating because sometimes there's teams that I'm just like, can we just blow this team out, please? Because we're supposed to beat them, but the Seahawks are like, nah, dude, we're just gonna win by 3, and we're probably gonna be down, and we're gonna have to score a touchdown late or score a field goal late. And it's just like we just always play at the level of our opponents, and it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Okay. Next comment here. Joseph again
I love
says
this comment.
Russell taking future's kid to the Super Bowl with Sierra. Okay. You know what, Joseph? Do not make me ban you from the page, okay? This guy, this this guy's killing me right
I
now.
love the enthusiasm though.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's hilarious. Appreciate the comments, of course. And then, first of all, Chase, he's saying Emmanuel Sanders was 58, and
It
then
seems like it, man.
this right here will not fly. This will get you banned in a second if you just
Hey,
keep
Chase,
playing around.
I like you, Chase. I like you already.
Yeah. So, but what do you say we move on? Let's move to
Let's
our
do it.
scores. Let's recap week 7 real quick. If I can get my page to load. Jeez, man, what am I got AOL dial-up or something? What's going on?
No.
But let's go ahead, jump into the Cowboys game, see what the Cowboys did. I mean, we lead with the Cowboys on this one.
It's the
You're a
best thing to
Cowboys
lead
fan.
with. Yes.
You're a Cowboys fan, so we're gonna lead with it. We're gonna get that going. Cowboys absolutely smack the Eagles. The Eagles spent their whole week trash talking. Cowboys fans do their fair share of trash talking also.
Yep.
But here's the thing about the Cowboys fans. The Cowboys fans assume that their team is going to win every game by 1,000 and go to the Super Bowl and be undefeated every single year just because they're the Cowboys. They have no other logic to back up what they're saying. And this isn't every Cowboys fan. This is just like a lot of the Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
But there's like guys like you and my guy Chase here who actually live in reality, and they have the ability to like understand what's going on and like kind of break some of that stuff down. But a lot of Cowboys fans who may not follow it as close as you guys really get into that and they break it down a little bit. But Cam, give me your thoughts on the game. I want to know. Just tell me what you think. And also, as you are going with your thoughts, do not allow these fake Cowboys fans to get away.
Yes.
Okay? Let's hear it. I want to hear it right now.
All right. For all you fake Cowboy fans out there, who was down on the team for losing to the Jets, who were down during that 3-game losing streak, 2 losses to division leaders at that, close losses. Sit down and don't support this team ever again.
Okay, but hey, time out real quick, because I just want to say, in hindsight, how awful does that Jets loss look after the smacking that they took from New England?
I'm seeing ghosts, man. I'm seeing ghosts.
Yeah.
But no, the Cowboys, I believe they overlooked that Jets game to this week, and Doug Peterson gave them lit that fire for him, because Jason Garrett isn't a natural motivator. He's just quiet, and he's a clapper. And so Doug Peterson giving them that motivation of, we're going to go into Dallas, we're going to get this win. You heard DeMarcus Lawrence say it. You're writing you're not playing, dude. Your team has to play. You're writing a check, that your team has to cash. And then the fact that Doug Peterson backs out of that, saying, "Oh no, I didn't guarantee a win." Nah, once you're in it, dude, you gotta Buddy Ryan it. You gotta, oh yeah, for sure, go ahead and guarantee it, man, because now your team, that Eagles team, looked unmotivated. That Eagles team has been bad for several weeks, and even when we lost to the Jets, they took a blowout loss to the Vikings at the hands of Kirk Cousins at that, and they were, we're going to beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys are bad. You lost to the Jets. And they didn't get a chance to play the Jets with Sam Darnold. They sacked Luke Falk 10 times. It was an anomaly. And the fact that Carson Wentz didn't look good in that Jets game either. They only scored offensively 14 points. They had 2 interception for a touchdown, a fumble for a touchdown. So I wasn't buying the hype in the Eagles. Yes, Cowboys forever though, B. Thank you. Cowboys forever. And man, Eagles came to town and the Cowboys put the smackdown on them, plain and simple. And I warned Eagle fans, Carson Wentz is not the quarterback that y'all believe he is. Um, he was he was crowned. Honestly, he was crowned before any games were played. He was going to be the best thing ever. Uh, hold on, right quick. Hold on.
Right, right. So, yeah, Carson Wentz just really has not played that well. You know, and and a part of me says, hey, you know, what's really going on here? And I see your comment here, Brandon Marshall, and we appreciate the love and all of that. Make sure you just, you know, you follow us on Facebook and all that good stuff, and we'll keep you updated with everything we got going on. But you know, a part of the Carson Wentz situation that is just so crazy is um he I felt like on Sunday night, man, Robert Quinn was all over him
Oh
before
yeah,
he checked out, you know, with the like hurt ribs or whatever. But let me tell you something,
he's
dude. Robert
he's
Quinn was all over him. And I know DeMarcus Lawrence got in there a little bit too, but you know, he's still not the same as what he was last year or
oh no,
anything. But I'll tell you that watching the game from like a not really being a fan of either team, but looking at it and saying, "Wow, man, you get a little bit of pressure on Carson Wentz, and
he'll fold.
he's
He'll
shook, dude.
yeah.
He was shook for real, and I was kind of surprised by that. And he didn't look good, and I felt like he was pretty much under pressure the whole night. And by the time the pressure stopped, they were just down by so
Yeah,
much that he
yeah.
was out of a rhythm, and everyone was cold. They weren't really doing that well.
Uh,
Um,
man, and it's just crazy the rumors and the bad things you're hearing out of the Eagles organization. Um, and this is why it's so hard to play in Philadelphia. Um, Not only are the fans hard on you, but I mean the players are hard on you. You got offensive linemen calling out their line. Um, you got receivers calling out Carson Wentz. It's a mess right now. And I really believe the Eagles should have somehow managed to hold on to Nick Foles for one more year at least. You didn't have to let him go. You didn't have to pay Carson Wentz. And so I would have, I was screaming, keep Nick Foles, keep him, see how this goes, see how your team reacts. And they're going to have to do a complete overhaul of that team eventually. That's an old team. I wasn't buying the Super Bowl hype. Um, to me, they won that Super Bowl at the right time. Those guys are at the peak age. They're 30, 31 years old, most of those guys. And they responded really well to having Nick Foles in the back, as their quarterback.
yeah, it was you know what? We've talked about it in the past is like, you know, the Giants won 2 Super Bowls because they got hot at the right
Yeah,
time,
that's what it's
right?
all about.
And so the Joseph here is dropping comments. We'll get to you in a second, Joseph, because I'm interested in what you're talking about. But real quick, you know, the Giants got hot at the right time. The Eagles, I know how good their record was, right? The year that they won the Super Bowl. Carson Wentz played pretty well, even though he came to Seattle and took a uppercase L. Yeah, just like that. But anyway, you know, he was playing well. He was on track for an MVP season, and it is what it is. But you know, things change and
Yeah,
situations change, and players leave and new players come, and just players don't play as well from year to year, all that good stuff. And that's just the way it goes sometimes.
yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, they just haven't really been playing that well
No.
lately, and Carson Wentz is not proving that he's worth the money. You never know; he could bounce back
Oh yeah,
next year and be an MVP candidate. You just don't
easily.
know.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
the
just the
only
way. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say the only thing I would say is, from an NFL perspective, I look at it and I say, hey, this uh that quarterback class is pretty interesting. You know, you had a Jared Goff who went number 1 overall. Carson Wentz went number 2 overall. So
Jacoby Brissett was in that draft.
yeah, so you understand why the Eagles had to just move forward with Carson Wentz
Yeah.
because it's like, man, we spent the number 2 overall pick on this guy. So we have to follow through on it. And he's so much like he is so much younger than Nick Foles. Understand that Nick Foles was the hot hand. Like, I get it. But we still don't know what Nick Foles is really going to be yet because he got hurt early in Jacksonville, even though he was playing well and throwing dimes in Jacksonville.
Literally dropped a dime while getting his shoulder hurt, man.
Right. So he's going to come back and he's going to play. He's going to play over Gardner Minshew, even though that is my guy. I went to Washington State.
That's the guy right there, man.
And I get it, but he's going to play over Gardner Minshew, and he should. You've invested the money.
Yeah.
So if Nick, I'm not in the camp of like blaming the Eagles for choosing Wentz over Foles. I mean, you have to choose Wentz. You invested the draft capital. You paid him the contract.
Okay.
So like, I mean, he's younger. You just have to do it. And so like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And then guess what? You could be right back in that. You could have a bad season, and you could be right back in that rookie quarterback situation. Yep. And if you draft well, then you're okay. But as for right now, he's not playing worth his contract.
No, and they're going to have to draft really well in almost every position. They're going to have to find that kid that Robert Quinn was beating up on, Andre Dillard. He's a rookie.
And he's from Washington State. So,
yes.
So and there we go.
And for the friends that follow me on here, and for the people who don't follow me, I do college draft analysis as well. And I was really high on Dillard. He's a really good football player. Don't get me wrong, but you put him up against a guy who's been doing it for 6, 7 years, 8 years now. High motor. And, it showed, Robert Quinn took advantage of that. And so the Eagles are just going to have to completely revamp and draft very well if they're going to want to – if Carson Wentz is going to be their quarterback for the coming future. But now let me get to the Cowboys. I want to get that out the way. So for the Eagle fans that may have been watching, this is your fault. Cowboy Nation, my faithful fans, go ahead and stand up. Man, this felt good. It felt good to watch Kellen Moore get his offense back. Can we agree to that? He got his offense back.
I don't know about that. I mean, I would say that he probably had more say so once it got kind of ugly.
Yeah.
But I still feel, dude, and here's the thing. And the reason I feel this way is because the game got ugly quick, and the amount of Zeke that was used, right? So I feel like in a Jason Garrett led offense that there's a lot of Zeke. They really rely heavily on Zeke. And so it is what it is there, but I just truly I honestly didn't want the Cowboys to lose to the Eagles, but there was a part of me that was like, man, can you please lose to the Eagles? Because then maybe Jerry Jones will finally pull the trigger and fire Jason Garrett. Because I believe that's the best thing that could happen to Kellen Moore is because you're going to get an interim guy taking over, right? Yeah. So say they're not going to hire someone on the spot. They're not going to pull Urban Meyer, the guy from Oklahoma, whatever his name is, Lincoln something.
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley. You're not going to pull a Lincoln Riley out in the middle of a season, so it's going to be an interim thing. So in my mind, if it's an interim, Chris Richard steps up as interim head coach, takes head coach, being a defensive guy, gets the final say-so on the defense, and then says, Kellen Moore, this is your show. Do what you do. And if we suck on offense, then it's on you. But if we don't suck on offense, then you're the guy, you're the man. And it is what it is at this point. But I just felt like, and I still feel this way, if there is just an overusage of Ezekiel Elliott in a football game, something about it makes me feel like that's a Jason Garrett thing, you know? I understand you don't see him with the card over his mouth, calling the plays and all that stuff.
But Kellen Moore knows that's what Garrett wants.
I mean, Garrett,
the ball.
Yeah, Garrett could be going in at halftime and say, "Oh, hey, we need to run Zeke more and all that
Yep.
stuff," or whatever. Although he's not calling the plays, he could really be like, or after a drive or two, he could walk over and be like, "Hey, I thought we were going to run the ball more, Zeke.
Yep.
What's up with that?" It could be something as simple as that. And so, I'm just not in the camp of like, oh, this is exactly Kellen Moore because we're using so much of Ezekiel Elliott. And
Man, I really like that take. I like that. I
appreciate you.
like that. No, I actually I've had several Cowboy fans because they heard me preaching about Tony Pollard. They're like, "Who's this Tony Pollard kid?" I'm like, "Hey, this guy's legit. He's fast, he's quick, he can catch the ball." And man, that one play where he broke like 3 defenders down, hit the hole, got the first down. People were like, "Oh, we want him to carry the ball more. We want more Tony Pollard." And I had a Cowboy fan who was like, "The fact that it takes Zeke 20 carries to get 100 yards, he doesn't necessarily like it because it kind of cuts into Tony Pollard getting carries and more pass attempts from Dak." And it's just like it's the sad reality, like the sad reality you have to face as a Cowboy fan. You kind of want you want less of Zeke, more of Dak, maybe more of Tony Pollard. And you're right. I think Jason Garrett wants more Zeke. That's what he wants. More Zeke getting the ball, more touches for Zeke.
Yeah, you're in a situation where you're right about that one Tony Pollard play. I believe he either ran it to the outside or I know the play happened on the
Yeah.
perimeter. I don't remember how he got there. It was either a run or maybe he lined up as receiver and they threw it to him. But he should have been stopped for like no gain
Negative
or loss
two.
of one, loss of two, something like that. But he, dude, he has such good control of his body that he was able just to shake a couple guys, and then you're like, oh, that should have went for 0 or -1, -2, but he got 6
Like,
or he
it's
got
crazy,
10
man.
or whatever it was. And so, yeah, dude, he just looked good. And watching the game, I was sitting there like, why do they not have a package where you have Dak and then a running back on each side of him, and then you I understand you want to have a tight end in the game, but take a tight end out. The offensive line is good,
Yeah, yeah.
outside of lining up against the team that's really pulling their linebackers up to the line and creating a lot of pressure, or at least creating the illusion that a lot of pressure is coming.
You don't necessarily need the tight end all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need the tight end to block, but if they're
Yeah.
not at least showing blitz, then you could get into that package where you have Zeke on one side and Pollard on the other, and it's like as a defense, when the running backs come into the game, who's guarding the running backs? The linebackers
The
are.
linebackers.
And so
Oh,
it's like
it's a field day, man.
are you kidding me? Like what are you doing? But anyway, let's shut it down for the Cowboys there. The Cowboys absolutely shut down the Philadelphia Eagles. All the fake Cowboy fans can go somewhere.
Enjoy the
Because
bye week, though. Enjoy the bye
yeah,
week.
we're as a Seahawks fan, I'm even tired of them because those are the ones that talk trash.
Yep.
I
Like
mean the
they'll
real
talk
Cowboys
trash and then
the real
bash the
Cowboys
team.
fans, yeah, the real Cowboys fans talk trash too, but they're not ridiculous about it.
Yeah.
But I do have a couple of friends. One of my friends, Jacob, he had straight up given up on the Cowboys, and he's like, "I'm a Packers fan now." And I mean,
No.
he's completely joking.
Okay.
But
Okay. Oh.
it's like 100% because he's like he knows the Cowboys can play better, but they're just playing like trash for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
But hey, but let's get into a couple comments here. Joseph has dropped a couple. Let's just run through them real quick. He says, "I'll tell you the problem. Our defense lollygags too much during the play and set late or get big headed from penalties. And your boy Smith with that large transformer on his arm to go with Awuzie. Okay, let me tell you something. I'm really high on Chidobe Awuzie because
I love him.
I watched him at Colorado and he was an absolute ball hawk.
Yes.
The other thing, whatever that thing is that Tyron Smith is wearing on his arm. I'm pretty sure that's a knee brace
It is a knee
designed.
brace. It's a knee brace.
It is designed for players that have had ACL tears, but he's wearing it on his arm. I'm just like, how large of a human are you that you need a knee brace to protect your elbow? That's absolutely hilarious to me.
Hey, I got Cowboy fans who call him a demigod, and that's just how he's built. Like he's literally no body fat, just all muscle, and it's insane.
Yeah, so he's a brute, plain and simple. Yeah, but like I said, Chidobe Awuzie is a ball hawk, and the older he gets and the more experience he gets, he's just gonna get better and better and better.
I just want to make this point. Pay Jordan Lewis.
Okay.
Make him your starter. Oh my gosh. Bench Anthony Brown now. Bench him.
Cam, go home. Go home. We're not there yet.
He got a sack. He got an interception just last week. Got a sack this week. He's playing lights out. The only thing that Chris Richard likes, he likes tall corners. And Jordan Lewis isn't very tall.
Right.
But when Jordan Lewis plays, he comes and he brings it every game. Oh, I like this question.
Okay, so Joseph says, how do we miss Patrick Mahomes out of Texas Tech? Here's the thing.
Can I answer this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want it first. All right, so there were several quarterbacks who came out of Texas Tech before Patrick Mahomes. And Texas Tech has always been known for their high scoring offense. That's what they do. They pass the ball.
Which they learned from Mike Leach, by the way.
Yes, and there was a quarterback with the name of Graham Harrell. Mr. Infamous beat Texas with Michael Crabtree, Graham Harrell. And he got to the NFL and he wasn't the passer of the ball we thought he was. And basically people were at caution with taking Texas Tech quarterbacks, it's just what Cliff Kingsbury and Mike Leach would bring to the team. Their quarterbacks are going to throw for a lot of yardage. They're going to throw touchdown passes. But without them, what is that quarterback going to be like? And, Patrick Mahomes, he got drafted by an offensive savant, though. So it was easy for us to say, oh, how do we miss Patrick Mahomes? What if he was with a different coach? Would he have the plays that are being drawn up, or would he have the receivers that he's throwing to? Like, don't get me wrong, man. He has Travis Kelce, the best tight end in football, possibly, and he has Tyreek Hill, one of the fastest receivers in football. So let's just, I'm okay that he got passed up. I understand. Let me say that I understand why teams were cautious on drafting Patrick Mahomes.
But you know what? With Patrick Mahomes, he went to the team that fits him best.
Yes.
Plain and simple. With an Andy Reid offense, Andy Reid is a guy that has the ability, as far as play calling goes, to evolve with the direction that the league is going.
Yes.
And he's very good about that. So you could say, do you know Joseph if he's a Cowboy fan? He's a Cowboy fan, right?
Yeah, he's a Cowboys fan.
Okay, so with Joseph, I would just say, and the Cowboys in general, the Cowboys didn't miss out on Patrick Mahomes, because was Dak in the same class as Pat Mahomes?
He was drafted the following year.
Dak was drafted the following year, or
Mahomes was drafted the following year.
So yeah, I mean, it's the same situation like I was talking about with Carson Wentz. The Cowboys invested draft capital in Dak, so they're not going to turn around and look for Pat Mahomes. But here's the situation. You know who did miss out on Patrick Mahomes? The Chicago Bears.
Oh my God.
They traded up. They traded up to get Trubisky, and they missed out on Pat Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. You have to be kidding me. But anyway, we will just move on from there.
Yes.
Let's move on to, we're going to end our Cowboys conversation there, and we will actually, we'll have one more comment. Chase says, my boys have been playing way too entitled, and they need to put up or shut up now.
Yes.
You know what? My wife is a Cowboys fan. I was actually talking to her about this the other day. I said that this is exactly what the Cowboys need. The Cowboys need their defense from last year and this year's offense. That's what they need.
Oh my gosh.
If those two things could come together at any point this season, then they would ball out and they would play well and all of those things. But like I said, let's end it there and let's move on. We're kind of running.
Let's get these game recaps going, baby.
Yeah, we're running behind here. So yeah, like I said, the Cowboys absolutely dismantled the Eagles. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Breaking news update. The Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks stopped playing around and they're up 62-48 over the Wizards at halftime. As long as you know that's all that really matters.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Anyway, so Chiefs over the Broncos on Thursday Night Football 36. Big story from this game is Pat Mahomes dislocates his kneecap. And had an MRI. It was clear he didn't like really tear anything major. No, like patellar tendon or anything like that.
He'll be throwing this weekend back in practice.
Yeah, so he's probably not going to start. I think it's all smoke screens for them. Yeah. I'm just going to run through these games real quick. Ravens beat the Seahawks 30-16.
I think we both were wrong on that one.
Yeah. Rams beat the Falcons 37-10. Falcons just cannot get it going for whatever reason. Julio Jones, on the other hand, had a good game. 6 catches for 93 yards. So
on Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I mean, yeah. Dolphins lose to the Bills 31-21.
Okay, did you see how they lost though?
I don't know if there's a specific way that they lost, but one play that stuck out to me was the Dolphins went for an onside kick.
Yeah.
And then the Micah Hyde, who used to be on the Packers, scooped it up, jumped over a guy, and ran it back for a touchdown. So
and I was like, that has to be the most Miami Dolphins way to lose a game.
Jaguars pull it out over the Bengals 27-17. Let's see.
I feel so bad for Andy Dalton.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette goes for 131 on 29 carries. That's all you really need to know. He hammered it out there. Vikings beat the Lions 42-30. That game was actually really close for about 3 quarters.
2.5 quarters. Let's say that.
It was pretty close. Dalvin Cook scored a late touchdown. Dalvin Cook ended with Matt Stafford actually had a pretty good game.
Yeah.
He was 30 for 45 for 365 yards and 4 touchdowns. I mean, what more do you want?
Marvin Jones got all 4 touchdowns, so it's
right. Dalvin Cook had 25 carries for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. Diggs had 7 catches for $143. Then we move on to Green Bay beats the Raiders 42-24. Aaron Rodgers has 5 touchdowns, 4 passing, 1 running. Josh Jacobs kind of checks out early.
Yep.
He had an injury, but then he came back. 21 carries for 124 yards. Pretty much willed my fantasy team to a 7-0 record in my work league.
Woo!
So appreciate you there. Colts edge out the Texans 30-23 in a divisional matchup.
Right, that wasn't an edge out. The Colts flat out beat the Texans.
But it's 30-23, so
they flat out it wasn't even close.
I try not to be whatever. Jacoby Brissett 26 of 39, 326 and 4 touchdowns. He balled out. Marlon Mack did not have a good game. 18 carries, 44 yards.
I don't think you can run on the Texans. I think you're gonna have to, if you play the Texans, you're gonna have to come ready to throw the ball.
Yeah, they're tough. Next, we have Cardinals over the Giants, 27-21. Daniel Jones is like a reincarnation of Eli Manning. He just turns the ball over left and right. But the big story from this game was Chase Edmonds. David Johnson out for the game. Chase Edmonds, 27 carries, 126 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So,
I'm gonna tell you a funny story about that. So I looked at Chase Edmonds, and he's available as a free agent in my fantasy league, and I was like, should I pick him up off of waivers and start him as my flex? And I was like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'll wait. And sure enough, he has this amazing game. While also I have Daniel Jones as my starting quarterback because he's playing the Cardinals. Yeah, it was just a terrible week for me, fantasy
Okay,
wise.
we got a couple comments here. Um, let's see here. Joseph says, "Why did we skip Brady in the draft?"
Nobody knew Brady was going to be that good.
Exactly. You cannot blame the Cowboys for skipping Brady. But I will say one thing about the Cowboys. They've never been able to evaluate quarterbacks as well as they
No.
evaluate offensive alignment. So there's that. Chase says the Falcons or the Dolphins are the worst in the NFL. I agree.
Okay.
If they went head to head right now, the
The
Falcons would
Falcons would
probably
win. Yeah.
they would win by 40. But I mean, for whatever reason, it's like Matt Ryan can throw for all the yards and the touchdowns, but like they can't get it together.
But
Anyway, next comment. My boy Jonathan, he's trying to butter me up here. You see him? You see him? He says Russell Wilson for MVP, Jason Garrett for Clapper of the Year. Okay,
Hey,
Jason
Jonathan, you're
Garrett.
on my good side. You're on my good side for that
Hey, how long has Jason Garrett been head coach of the Cowboys?
one. 10 years.
10 years. So he's working on a decade, undefeated decade of Clapper of the Year trophy winner. He's undefeated. Jason Garrett is undefeated. Okay, let's see. Next comment here. The Dolphins can't play on land, but if you put them in water, football might just be a water sport for them. Well, maybe that's the only way they have a chance of winning a game.
Throw the whole team away.
Yeah. So okay. So let's move on. The snooze fest game of the week belongs to the 49ers and the Redskins.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why I say that I think that the Redskins or the 49ers will have trouble in the second half of the season, dude. Listen to this real quick. 49ers beat the Redskins 9-0. 3 field goals. Okay. Jimmy Garoppolo, 12 for 21, 151 yards, and 1 interception. That is just awful. Adrian Peterson proves every week that he is just an ageless wonder. 20 carries, 81 yards. I don't know, dude. I just don't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
He is just like.
I'm gonna give Garoppolo the benefit of the doubt.
How dare you?
Because it was raining. I'll give him that benefit of the doubt. It was raining out there. It was wet. But man, that man Adrian Peterson, I mean, he just continues to show us, yeah, I'm gonna be a Hall of Famer. And I'm trying to figure out, I wonder if he has his eyes on being, the all-time leading rusher in the NFL, possibly.
That's a possibility. He's up there. Okay. Trenton. Do you know Trenton?
Yes. Oh, I met him at a party one time, and he's a huge Cowboys fan.
Oh. Okay, so he says, why are the Cowboys the only team in the NFL that can't win a game without all their stars playing in the game? You know what? That's a really good question. I don't know.
I got that answer. You want to know why? Because it comes down to coaching. That's the difference between the Saints and the Cowboys. The Saints are down, have lost star players, and they show up every single week and play hard.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, Cam. I'm really glad you said that because that segues perfectly into our next comment here. 10 years, 2 playoff wins. He's a Marvin Lewis of the NFC.
Yes. Except Marvin Lewis didn't get a playoff win.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no.
But anyway, if you're even mentioned in the same conversation as Marvin Lewis, you're struggling for real.
It's not a good thing.
Okay, so next game we have here: Chargers drop to the Tennessee Titans, 23-20, and I believe that game ended on a goal line stand.
Yeah. Melvin Gordon fumbles twice.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't start him. What a bum.
Twice on the I didn't start Austin Eckler, and that's the reason I lost. So
yeah, I did start Austin Eckler. He had 7 catches for 118 yards and a touchdown. He was the leading receiver on the team. What do you think about
that? I felt so salty. Oh, and it kind of shows the regression in Phillip Rivers. Plain and simple.
Phillip Rivers is old. He is in the same boat as Antonio Cromartie. Both of those guys have about 47,000 kids apiece, and they're just playing so that they can continue to collect a paycheck.
Yeah,
to pay for their kids.
Man, I had high hopes for the Chargers because I've met a few Charger fans who, they gave me some analysis and bought me over, and I am really disappointed in what I've seen from the Chargers.
Right. Okay, so let's move on there. Titans get the win there. That's a big deal for them.
Yeah,
Saints
Tannehill.
Saints beat the Bears 36-25.
That game wasn't even that
Um,
close. That
it,
oh
it it
man.
really wasn't. Bridgewater goes for 281 yards and 2 touchdowns. Latavius Murray 27 carries for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns. Michael Thomas 9 catches for 131. Good game there. And then we moved the Monday Night Football. We already covered the Cowboys, so we moved the Monday Night Football. Patriots all over the Jets,
Oh my
33 to
gosh.
nothing. Tom
Oh,
Brady, though, here's the real story. This is a problem because it continues to be this way. Tom Brady, 31 for 45, 250 yards, and 1 touchdown. Tom Brady has struggled on offense to score touchdowns. They have played multiple teams this year where they have struggled to score touchdowns on offense, and the
yep,
defense has carried them to wins.
yep.
And so obviously this week on a bye, we had the Browns, the Steelers, the Bucks, and the Panthers all on a bye. They'll all be back for week 8. But let's go ahead and move to week 8. We'll get into some lines, some scores, some projections,
Let's
all of
get
that
it.
good stuff. Let's see. We got a few comments here. Let's get to those comments. Let's see. Joseph says, "Fire the man." Yeah. Chase says Gordon should have been at training camp instead of
Oh
holding
yeah.
out.
Oh, they're not gonna pay him at all.
Trenton says, does Zeke look slower these last 2 years? Because I can't remember the last 30 or 40-yard run for a touchdown. He gets caught. I think he meant from behind a lot now. Here's the situation with that. I think Zeke gets into modes where he's just kind of like not into it, like unentertained by it.
Yep.
And if you kind of get in his face and just you know, 8 in the box or whatever type situation. You get some guys up in the box, and when you know there's a run play, that he checks out a little bit. I kind of put him in the same room with Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham, over the years, when you're able to frustrate him and put your hands on him,
He checks out.
he checks out. He needs to be involved, and that's the thing with Zeke and this whole Kellen Moore, Jason Garrett situation. Um, Zeke is the offense whenever Jason Garrett is calling the plays, but when
Hmm.
Kellen Moore is calling the plays,
He's not.
Kellen Moore's, in my opinion, I feel like he's about distribution. I want to get the ball to this guy, to that guy, to that guy, to that guy, and when Jason Garrett has a say so in it, um, he's like, okay, give the ball to Zeke 25 times, and then we'll figure out our offense after that, and so.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That is mwah.
Yeah, and so one of the things that has told me that Kellen Moore has had a lot more say so this year is that there's been a lot more deep throws. Here's the deal, dude. Amari Cooper is nice. He is
Really nice.
nice, just plain and simple. Randall Cobb is a significant upgrade from Alan Hearns, even though Randall Cobb has been dropping some passes. It is what it
Yo,
is.
okay, so everybody, okay, so I'm not the only person seeing that, right?
Right.
Okay, just wanted to make sure my eyes weren't deceiving me.
Yeah, so get that corrected, but Randall Cobb's a baller. He can play. He played in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, who just throws these ridiculous passes left and right every single week. So it's not like it's something that's brand new to him.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean the whole Zeke situation, man. I just think that ever since and Chase says it right here. He says ever since Zeke got paid, he's been coasting.
And
And
that's what
and and maybe there's some truth to that. There's a little bit of truth in that because I mean, what did he get? $80 million?
90 million.
90. Okay, he got $90 million.
90.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
money for a running back.
that's a lot of
Okay.
cheese right there, man. I'm gonna give Zeke the benefit of the doubt, considering he missed preseason and training camp and all that good stuff. Um, let's see how the middle of Trenton. This is specifically for you, Trenton. Let's see how the middle of the season goes. Let's see how good he is against the Vikings coming up, the Patriots coming up. Let's see how hard he runs in between those games. And then we'll be able to get a solid take. But I think he's more in those 40-yard runs he was breaking his rookie season, I still believe he was in that college shape. And now he's become more of he's a every down back for sure. He can take a pounding now. He doesn't mind getting hit now. And I think he's pulling a DeMarco Murray. After DeMarco Murray left, he said he left a lot of yardage on the field. And so that's the same with Zeke. He knows he's going to touch it again. I know I'm going to get the ball again. I'm okay with leaving some yardage on the field if I'm tired.
Right. Okay. So we have a really good comment here. It's a question, but I don't want to get to that yet. I want to get to this one first.
Oh, yeah.
Joseph says, will Van Der Esch come back?
Yes.
And he will come back. But the thing that kind of scares me a little bit is the neck just isn't something to play with just because it like connects to the spine. And but I will say that Van Der Esch has been quoted in saying that he's fine, but the doctors obviously felt like he wasn't. And maybe it was a little bit that had to do with like, dude, we're winning this game by like 20. Like you don't even need to go back in the game.
That's exactly what happened.
But another thing is Van Der Esch wears that like washboard, that neck roll thing to stop him from having whiplash because at the rate he's a Sean Lee type. He's like in every play, and so and so it is what it is. We'll wait and see. I think you'll know the severity of the injury judging on the injury report this week. Yeah. If Van Der Esch is on there, then you know that you're like, okay, we got something. But if he's not on there, then you'll know that the doctors pretty much said, oh, that was just, we were just being cautious with it because it didn't matter because we were up by so much.
Yeah. Plus Sean Lee was balling out of control anyway, so.
Yeah, Sean Lee was doing his thing. Okay, so now to this question that I wanted to get to. He's asking you specifically, Cam. He said, would you rather have as your next head coach Lincoln Riley or Urban Meyer? There is a right answer. Hashtag leave my coach alone. So I know you don't know him. So Jonathan is a very big Oklahoma Sooners fan.
Okay.
And he's actually been on this podcast before. I interviewed him on this podcast. And he used to be a Cowboys fan, but didn't really care.
Okay.
He was just kind of like, oh, I live here, so I guess I like the Cowboys.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
But he was like so much more of like an Oklahoma Sooners fan. So he said, whoever Baker Mayfield gets drafted to, I'm going to be a fan of that team. And I remember saying to him, we were at church on a Sunday, and I said, dude, you're telling me that if Baker Mayfield goes number 1 overall to the Cleveland Browns, that you will commit your fandom to the Cleveland Browns. He said, yes, even the Cleveland Browns. I said, okay. And guess what? Baker Mayfield goes number 1 overall to the Cleveland Browns. Man. Now he is a Cleveland Browns fan and a diehard at that. He supports his team no matter what. It is what it is. So
I like it, Jonathan. I like it.
So answer the man's question.
All right. I would rather have, I believe, Lincoln Riley. I believe Urban Meyer.
Wrong.
I believe Urban Meyer is, to me, I'm not sure what Urban Meyer is. He's retired from, not retired, but he's taken a step back from Ohio State, and I'm not sure what he would necessarily bring to the table. Now, if I'm needing to improve my offense, I'm hiring Lincoln Riley, plain and simple. If I know my defensive coordinator and my defense is lights out, right where I need it to be, I'm going to hire Lincoln Riley and let him see what he can do with my quarterback. Basically, he has 2 Heisman winners under his belt already. Going on number 3, possibly, because he's changed Jalen Hurts' mechanics. Jalen Hurts already his work ethic is already insane, and so him and Lincoln Riley are a good fit for each other. And so, yeah, I think I would choose Lincoln Riley over Urban Meyer. Honestly, at this point, though, I would take either one. But let's just keep that a secret.
Right. So I would disagree on that because I would say that I would say that I would choose Urban Meyer because Urban Meyer has won every single place that he's been. Lincoln Riley inherited a Bob Stoops program that was already only recruiting 5-star players.
Okay.
And so he came into a situation that was like super beneficial for him. And so like, I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but like we don't know what he is really. I mean,
I
they
think I think next season will show us how good of a coach he is because you can say he's received 3 transfers who are great. And so he has a kid on his team, Spencer Rattler, who should be the quarterback for the starting season next year. Yeah, we'll get to see how good of a coach he is with a non-transfer kid, a kid he recruited. That's going to be the key. A kid that he went out, he sought out, and he recruited for his program.
Okay, so here's the thing, man. Right here. You see this? Eric Snow says trash fandom. I think that's his way of saying that you're a homer. But here's you know who Eric Snow is?
Who is Eric Snow?
Eric Snow is the snowman. He runs the wrestling portion of the Flex Network.
Oh, come on! Eric's supposed to be on my side. I like wrestling.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know what he means by this here. He says he should be welcome to the factory of sadness.
I'm assuming that's talking about how sad Cowboy fans feel after a loss, after major losses at that. So I got a feeling I think I know what he's talking about. Eric, that's
right.
so mean. I hate you.
Okay, so we tried this like at least 1,000 times already, but let's try one more time. We're trying to move in to week 8.
Yes, week 8.
Week 8 of the NFL season. Let's start here. On Thursday night, we have the Washington Redskins. I'm gonna try and keep track of this because I need to know how to hate on you the following week.
Yes,
that's the main reason.
I'm like, man, I can't remember. I can barely remember our predictions.
Right. So the only way to know is if I like write something down. But
let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Okay, so one week I wrote. Oh, okay. So I got a pin here. I'm just gonna keep track of what you say and what I say. Okay. So Redskins at Vikings. Thursday night football. The line is Minnesota by 16. The over/under is 42. Who do you got there?
Got the Vikings under 42. But take the 16 points, definitely. Take the 16 points, but under 42 for sure.
Okay, so you're going to take Minnesota. I'm also going to take Minnesota. I think it's a no-brainer. I think this is a game where Dalvin Cook comes out and does a ground and pound.
Yeah.
I would say I don't think that they get up to at least 16 ahead. I would probably just say 2 scores in the 10 to 14 range. Okay, let's move on. Next we have Seahawks at Falcons. There's no line at all. For whatever reason, there's like no over under or anything. It just doesn't, it's blank. But I would probably guess the over under is probably at about 42.
I would say 40. Wait, Matt Ryan may be out. So yeah, you may be right. 42.
If Matt Ryan's out, this game is lopsided.
Yeah.
But if Matt Ryan's in and can actually be effective, then I would say that it's close. I would give Seattle the nod. I'll give Seattle the nod by 8. What do you say? I'm just strictly for what I'm writing down is who we pick to win. I'm not writing the points or anything. So Who do you think wins this game, Seattle or Atlanta?
I'm going to give Seattle the nod by, you said 8, right?
Yeah.
I'll go, Seattle nod by 10. I'll say 10.
I hope you're right. We haven't even had that margin of victory from any team at all this year so far.
Shows how much faith I have in you guys.
The snowman says skins go down, period. I think we both agree on that. And then the snowman also says Hawks all the way. Yeah, we know that.
He's a Seahawks fan.
Oh, yeah, I went to high school with him.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So was the dress blue and white or gold and white? I also predict Garrett fired by week 12. Chris Richard as the interim coach.
I really like this guy, man.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that dress was white and gold, and if Jason Garrett's fired by week 12, that means they would have to have lost to. Let me pull that up real quick. The
So
Vikings for sure. They'd have to lose to the Patriots. Possibly lose to the Giants. Um, which they have them right after the bye week, which we know the Cowboys don't come out good after the bye week necessarily. So they would have to lose to the Lions and lose to the Bills. So yeah, if they lose all of those games, then yeah, sure, Garrett fired by week 12. But I don't see that happening. No.
okay. Here's the thing. Enough is enough, right? Chase. They are not the trash hawks, okay? You're gonna make me do this. I don't like to be this way, but you're about to make me be this way, okay? If you're gonna continue to call us the trash hawks, you're gonna have to make me throw out records, okay?
Oh,
Our record is currently better than the Cowboys' record. Okay,
yeah.
we are 5-2.
Yeah, let's not get into this one. We're gonna lose this battle.
You are 4-3. Therefore, that makes us better at this exact moment. Okay, so do not make me go that way because I don't want to hate on the Cowboys until the Seahawks play the Cowboys. Okay. So don't make me go down that road. Okay. Anyway, he says Seahawks win by 10, and I hope you're right. And the snowman says that Jason won't be fired till the end of the hyped up season. Okay. This has been a hyped up season. He's absolutely right. The season has been ultra hyped up for the Cowboys. But in all fairness, it kind of should have been just because of the way that the season ended last year and all that good stuff. Okay. Let's move on. Next game is Eagles at Bills. This is a tough game.
Oh, I feel so sorry for the Eagles.
I think the Eagles lose. I will take the Bills by 4.
I'm gonna take Bills by 6.
Okay, Bills by 6.
Yeah, Bills by 6.
What's your defining factor in this game? Like, what makes you think the Bills are going to win?
Josh Allen. Look at this face. Josh Allen. He has to be the deciding factor. He has to somehow make some kind of play. Like I know, like the reason you're shaking your head no is because you don't want to put your faith in Josh, and that's what I'm saying. Josh Allen has to step up and make a play, make plays, not a play, make plays for this Bills team to even remotely be considered. Because I got a feeling they're going to make the playoffs. I think the Bills are going to make the playoffs. It's just he has to somehow be effective for them to be a actual serious playoff team.
Yeah, they're gonna. I think the Bills make the playoffs, but they're gonna have to be an AFC wildcard team. I don't think they're good enough to.
Oh no, they're not going to win that division. No.
But here's the thing: a way that the Eagles can beat the Bills is I don't think it's going to happen, just because I don't think the guy's going to play. But if I think the big deal with the Eagles that kind of changes their season a little bit is Deshaun Jackson. If that dude plays, their offense opens up like nobody's business. I'm telling you. He is over the top. He's the deep threat. He makes the safeties and the corners play a little bit differently, where you might be able to get some underneath stuff just because of what Deshaun Jackson is and his speed, and you have to respect it at the end of the day. Okay. But like I said, I don't think he's going to play. I think his injuries.
I think his season's done. Like, dude, we're going what 5? It's been 5 weeks, 6 weeks since he's played. This is not good.
Hey, side note, shout out to my wife who is smoking hot and she's watching right now. So what's up? Anyway, let's go to the next question, or not the next question, but the next game here. Okay, so you took the Bills, I took the Bills. Okay, Chargers at Bears.
Gosh, this is so hard.
Chicago favored by 4. The over under is 40.5. What do you got?
40.5. I'm gonna take the Chargers. I'm gonna somehow bring my faith back into one. I'm gonna give them one more week. You got one more week to impress me, Chargers. All right.
I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that because I specifically chose the Chargers because I thought you were going to go the other way.
Oh no, no. Mitch Trubisky, that Bears offense has me really worried, like severely worried, because
Okay,
they don't.
timeout. You see my wife here? You see my wife here?
Come on, he's giving compliments. Come on,
dropping creep. You know, listen, dude. Sometimes I just can't win. It just happens that way. But either way, wife calling me a creep on the podcast. It
doesn't
is
feel
what it
good.
is. No, it's all good. Anyway, so yeah, you got Chargers, I got Chargers. It says Chicago by 4. I disagree. I'm gonna take the Chargers by 3.
By 3. Chargers by 3. I'll take the Chargers by. You know what? I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip my prediction here. I want to go against you real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Bears. I'm gonna take the Bears by 7.
Oh, the Bears. Okay. All right, that's the one we have different so far. Okay, next game is the Giants at the Lions. The Lions just traded their starting safety to the Seahawks. So we don't know if that's going to make a difference. We'll see. The line is Detroit favored by 6.5. Over under is 49.5. So they think it's going to have some points in this. Yeah.
See, the thing with the Giants is now that Barkley's back, it's a different Daniel Jones. Like they've been feeding Barkley like crazy, and less dropbacks for Daniel Jones. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Lions, even though the Lions lost just this past week. That's a very dangerous Lions team. All right, you don't want to just necessarily. You don't see Detroit on your schedule and be like, that's a dub anymore. Nah, the Lions are legit. I got them winning by 10. Got Lions by 10.
Okay. So you're gonna take the Lions. Okay. This one's tough. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the Lions also. Daniel Jones turns the ball over too much for me to like, even though he's like the starting quarterback on one of my fantasy teams. It is what it is. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Tennessee is favored by 2.5. The over-under is 45.5. I 100% disagree with this. I think the Buccaneers win by 14.
Wow. Bucks by 14.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if I got any Titans fans watching, but I'm going to be on your side real quick. I got the Titans by 7.
Okay. Moving on. Next game is Broncos at Colts. Indy is favored by 6. Over under 43.5. Who do you got in this one?
I'm going with my boy Brissett, baby, because I'm starting him on my fantasy team. Got the Colts by, I'm gonna say 14. I think that Broncos team is quitting on Joe Flacco. Eventually, they're going to need to turn to one of their backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Colts on this one also. You said 14. I'm gonna say 10.
Okay.
I mean, but it's gonna be right in that kind of same general area. Next game we have Bengals at Rams. Rams favored by 13.5. Over under 48. I see no way ever of the Bengals winning this game. I think it's LA Rams all the way.
I don't even want to consider the Bengals to be tanking, but good Lord, I got the Rams by. I honestly think the Rams try to come out and make a statement. So this will be one. I don't do a lot of bold predictions, but let's say the Rams by 17. Let's say that.
Yeah, this could be one of those games that turns out to be like a 52-7 or something
Yeah, like
crazy like
I
that.
think the Ram. I think Sean McVay has been like Sean McVay sees the reports of teams have figured them out and everything like that, and so I think Sean McVay comes out to make a statement and tries to blow the Bengals out.
Yeah, okay, the snowman says Rams
Take the
take the
cat.
cats. So yeah, there we are with that. And then let's move on to our next game here. Our next game is the Cardinals at the Saints. New Orleans is favored by 10.5. The over under is
Ooh.
49. Go ahead. Who do you got here?
I got my upset of the week. Got my upset of the week. I got the Cardinals by 3. I got the Cardinals by 3.
Yeah, we're gonna disagree on that because I think that the Saints are gonna win this game, and I'm not saying they're gonna win it by a lot.
Yeah.
I'll give them I'll give them by 6 points.
Okay.
6 points to the Saints. We still don't know what's going to happen with Drew Brees or if it's going to be Teddy Bridgewater still. Drew Brees is he supposedly practiced today.
Okay. Oh.
So we will
All
see if
right.
he plays. It might be a situation where they just kind of try and ease him into it a little bit. But we'll see. I'm going to take the Saints. What did I say? By 6?
By 6. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so we're opposite there, a little separation. And then we have the 1-5 Jets at the 3-4 Jaguars. Jacksonville's favored by 6. The over under is 41. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm not buying into the Jets anymore. They disappointed me. I had them for upset of the week, and they lose 33-0. Are you serious? So I'll be taking Minshew Mania, baby, the Jaguars, by 10. I think the score's close though. I think Sam Darnold bounces back. He's no longer seeing ghosts. I hope. I hope. But that Jags defense is back though. That's one of the few things that's talked about. That Jags defense is back.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a comment over here. Yeah, Trenton here says that it won't matter. Saints by 10. Yeah, I mean he's probably right. Let's see here, and then I mean I'm with you. I think Jacksonville wins this game. You can't continue to buy into the Jets if they're going to continue to be just that bad, you know. Next game we got the 4-2 Panthers at the 6-0 49ers.
I love this matchup.
Me too. San Francisco's favored by 5.5. Over under is 42. This is interesting because this is going to be the first real test that the 49ers have. They haven't really been tested by a lot of teams, but this is the first real test that they have. I'm not saying that they're going to lose, but I'm just not ready to pick the 49ers to lose in this one yet.
Yeah.
I think the 49ers win. San Francisco's favored by 5.5. The over under is 42. I'll take the 49ers by 3.
Man, if the Panthers weren't having a rookie quarterback playing right now, I would absolutely love to choose the Panthers over the 49ers. Hands down. Like if it's Kyle, I'm not sure about Kyle Allen, but don't get me wrong. I believe the Panthers do lead the NFL in sacks. I believe they lead in sacks. And so, gosh, I'm with you on this one, though. I'm not ready to choose the 49ers to lose yet. 49ers win by, I'm going to say 7.
Yeah, I mean, like any day now, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to tear his ACL, so we're just waiting on that.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, it happens every year. What are you talking about? It happens every year.
I hope. Oh man, I would not wish that on anybody.
Dude, I'm not wishing it on him. I'm just saying it's probably gonna happen because it's.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna act like he didn't hurt himself last year. Like he did that to himself.
It's like, man, am I talking to an old church lady right now or what? Like, you got so offended when I said that.
Oh, I try to stay away. I try to stay away from the ACL word. I try to stay away from that
Right.
one.
I totally get it.
Oh,
So Chase here says Minshew Madness. It's actually
yes,
Minshew Mania.
mania, baby.
Yeah, but anyway, he's awesome. And
41 is what
Trenton says facts. What do we say to
we're saying
Trenton?
facts too. I think the ACL part.
Oh, probably.
I think he's
Yeah.
agreeing with you. I think.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. If it doesn't happen, good for him. Awesome. Like, do what you do, you know? But I'm just saying it just like normally happens every
Oh,
year. But anyway, so we both go 49ers on that one. Let me write down your little prediction here. And then next we got Browns at Patriots. I think this one's going to be a bloodbath. As much as I don't want to admit it, I wish the Patriots would just take an L here. Actually, you know, I'm going to change my mind on this.
no.
I'm going to change my mind on this one because I believe that the Browns are well aware of their schedule, well aware of the standings in the AFC. What are they in the AFC North? Tell me I'm right. I know it's the AFC North. Yes, I got it right. AFC North. So they're in the AFC North, and they're well aware of the standings. They know that the Ravens are leading the way, and they know they need to dub bad, and nothing would put them back into the media's mouth other than beating the Patriots. So the Browns, I'm gonna take the Browns by 4 over the New England Patriots to move to 3-4 and to hand the Patriots their first loss of the season. Even though New England is favored by 13 and the over under is 46, I'm taking the Browns by 4. Okay, so Cam's out of here. Yeah, so we're gonna take Cleveland in this one. Cleveland by 4. And let's see, what game do we have next? We have the Raiders and the Texans. The Raiders. Let's see. I'm gonna take the Texans in this one. I will take the Texans. Houston is favored by 7 points, 51.5 points. I think that they think this is going to be a high scoring game. We'll see what happens. Oh, there he is. What happened?
Yo, let's just.
Yeah.
The laptop took a tumble.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're back. Okay, anyway, let's
my bad, people. My bad. I'm back. I'm so sorry.
Jump back into it. We're running to the Raiders at the Texans. Houston's favored by 7. The over under is 51.5. So they think that some points are going to be scored in this game. I took Houston. Let's go back to the last game, Cleveland and New England. I'm assuming you're taking New England by your reaction.
No, I'm actually taking the Browns.
Oh.
The Browns are coming off a bye week. I just need Baker to stop turning the ball over. That's it. If he stops turning the ball over, that's a great team. And so they need to come out, run the ball with Nick Chubb, and let Myles Garrett get after Tom Brady. If you get pressure on Brady, he's regressing. Brady's regressing. I mean, he's getting older. I mean, I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not gonna, deny it. And so put pressure on Brady and watch him fold.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, the snowman is here dropping some comments. Says Pat's no question.
No question.
And then he starts to hate on me. And he says, if you believe in that sadness, you will surely be drinking at the end of the night.
Well, I do. I mean, I could use one.
And then he says, Flex Mike, what are you drinking? Listen, that is none of your business. I'm most likely drinking a nitro cold brew from Starbucks, or I'm drinking some homemade coffee.
There you go.
But I got Raider Nation. What are you talking? He's a Seahawks fan. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? First off, but yeah, I got the Browns. I'm gonna take the Browns by 3.
Okay. Okay, so let's. Okay, I got you down for the Browns. What about the Raiders and the Texans? The Snowman says that he's taking the Raiders
Raider
on that
Nation.
one.
Okay.
And Houston's favored by 7, over under 51.5. A lot of points scored in that game. Who do you got? I took Houston.
I'm gonna take because I probably got some Houston fans on here. They might have tuned in. So since y'all watching, I'm taking H Town, baby. I think Deshaun Watson has a bounce back game. I got the Texans winning by I'm gonna say 14. I think they try to put it on the Raiders.
Okay, and then we move on to Sunday Night Football. Has the Packers traveling to Kansas
Ooh,
City to take on the Chiefs. Green Bay favored by 4, over under 48. I think that all
yeah,
this Pat Mahomes stuff is just a smokescreen. I think the Packers win this game by 14. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think Pat Mahomes is going to play, and even if he does play, he's going to be hurt. It's not really going to matter. And even if Pat Mahomes played healthy, I still think the Packers would win. It'd
Oh
be a
yeah.
little bit closer, but I'm taking Green Bay in this game.
I don't trust the Chiefs' defense. It's as worse as last season's defense. They stepped up in that Broncos game, but then again, it's the Broncos, so I'm not buying it. I'm taking Packers by. You said 14. I'm gonna see if Matt Moore. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Packers by 10.
Okay, you got Green Bay. I got Green Bay. And then Monday Night Football is like, geez, could they pick a worse game? You got the Miami Dolphins at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh has to win. I mean, it's the Dolphins, but you know what? Do you
Oh,
know what?
oh.
Do you know what's coming right now?
Fitzmagic's coming, baby.
Fitzmagic is on its way because the Dolphins are about to go to 1-6. Okay,
Oh,
I'm telling you right now. Fitzmagic is coming out for Monday Night Football. He's going to be in prime time. It's going down. The Miami Dolphins are going to upset the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's favored by 14. The over-under is 43. But I'm telling you right now that the Miami Dolphins are winning by 10 points.
you know what?
I got Miami on this one.
You know what? Since I'm gonna tune in and watch that game anyway, because it's the only game on. I'm gonna go ahead and get into that hype with you too. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna act like the Steelers are on their not on their third string quarterback. You know, they're on their third string quarterback. They're gonna try to run the ball, and I think the Dolphins are. You know, they have to. To me, the Dolphins are tanking, but the players aren't. The players aren't necessarily tanking, and so the Dolphins have been in every game they've played in. Like they've been in mostly every game that they've played in. And so I think they come out this week, get a win, move to 1-6.
Okay, Miami shocking the entire universe.
Yes.
Dude, I'm so happy that you're on this hype train with me because I'm all over it.
I'm gonna make sure I quote us both on this because I got some my dad's a Steelers fan. I know some Steelers fans out there.
Oh,
I want
how,
this quoted.
how do you deal with that? You're a Cowboys fan. Your dad's a Steelers fan. That's rough. It's like, oh, I have 6 rings. Oh, well, I have 5 rings.
Well,
You guys are just forever in the ring conversation.
you want to know how bad I hate the Steelers? I cheered for the Packers to beat them in that Super Bowl that Aaron Rodgers won.
I
That's
mean,
how bad I hate the Steelers.
I did too because I hate the Steelers like that too. But that's only because the Steelers beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl in 06 when Big Ben's rookie year when
Yeah.
I for sure think they cheated. But whatever. I don't know if they did or not, but like that's what I'm sticking
He's like,
to.
there you go, stick by it.
Yeah. So okay. Check it out, Cam. I got all of our predictions written down right here.
Yes.
So you know what? If you are wrong on even one pick next week, I'm all over you.
Okay, hey, I'll take it.
And if I'm wrong on any, we're not doing the podcast next week. Plain as simple.
No, you can't run from me. I'm gonna find you.
I know that I fully understand that, and so
even Chase knows. Yes.
Okay, Chase says they did cheat, and you know what, I appreciate that. Even though my my homerism says that they cheated, I always wondered what like the national perspective of it was, and it is what it is. And so anyway, yeah, so we're gonna end it right here, and I just want to say a couple things. Please, if you commented on this, please follow us on
Yes.
Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook. We are also on Twitter at the Flex Network One. Follow us on Twitter. Find us on Facebook with just search the Flex Network or Flex Network. Jump on him now. Cam is wrong on one. Okay, so the snowman says that Cam is wrong on one, so I wonder what that one is.
Which one is it? Which one is it?
He'll comment in a second. But anyway, follow us at the Flex Network One on Twitter. Find us on Facebook, like our page. We're trying to grow our following on Facebook, and we're doing a pretty good job of it, but we'd like to do a much better job.
Yes.
And it's not like we're like one of those Facebook pages that is dead until we do a podcast. We actually post things throughout the week. We help with breaking news. We post things that we find are interesting or funny, and it's not always sports related. Sometimes it's like for example, we were really hyped about like the Breaking Bad movie that just came out on Netflix called El Camino. We were real hyped on that. We're real hyped on Star Wars. We're hyped on a lot of different things.
I can't wait for Star Wars. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I can't wait for Snow to comment for real right now.
Pats versus Brown pick.
Okay. He says the Pats versus Browns pick. You know what,
Snow? I'm sticking with it.
Me too. You know what, Snow? You're wrong. How about that? Okay. Here we go. My friend that I work with, he says, Jeff says, if Seattle goes to the Super Bowl, they deserve to lose because they did not run. He meant Marshawn Lynch to win that Super Bowl against the Patriots. You know what, Jeff? We're not talking about that, okay?
He said, so y'all deserve to take another loss in the Super Bowl if you go.
Yeah, that comment went down immediately. He's a Browns fan, so he's just butthurt that they took that L a couple weeks ago.
Well, hey, Jeff, we're choosing the Browns to beat the Patriots this week. So
yeah, we are. We definitely are. We want the Browns to beat the Patriots, and we think the Browns sitting. What were they at 2-5?
Like,
yeah, that is not good. I mean, you gotta step your game up. You gotta use Odell. You gotta use Jarvis. You gotta use Chubb. You gotta use all those guys, and you gotta ball out. Plain and simple.
I mean, the Patriots like to play man defense, and if you're gonna beat man defense, you gotta have guys who can beat Stephon Gilmore. Odell can beat Stephon Gilmore. Jarvis Landry, that'll be a nice matchup between him and Stephon Gilmore. But you got to have explosive receivers. Baker has that. And so it's time for Baker to step up.
Right. Okay. So like I said, let's go ahead and close this down. Please, 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 if you are looking at this, follow us on Facebook, Flex Network on Facebook, like our page, like share our stuff, all that good stuff. Do all the things to give us all the love because we're trying to bring a good podcast forward for you guys. Just continue to be involved. We really appreciate that. You can find us on Twitter at the Flex Network One. That's where we will be to answer any questions that you have. Okay.
Oh, Chase. Oh my gosh.
This is a Peyton Manning question here, huh?
No, that's Tom Brady.
He says, has Brady balls? I think has Brady's pass velocity gotten worse? I don't know. I wouldn't say it's declined to the point that Peyton Manning declined to, but I will say that it has declined. Not very noticeable, but it has a little bit.
It's like watching my 5-year-old throw a ball. Wow.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So let's shut it down here. We appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, I am Flex Mike, and you can find me on Twitter at MBWalters11. You can find Cam on Twitter at CowboyCam11, and we will catch you guys later. Peace.